to 20 code for an emergency, would you believe it, emergency hot tub installation. Hot tub company in Worthing has been let down by their electrician, and they told me that it's a bungalow, but there aren't any bungalows up here. It's now coming up to 9 o'clock in the evening. I'm going to have another go at this emergency hot tub installation. See if there's anyone at home now. If there is, we'll go and have a look at the job. If there ain't, then it'll be tomorrow morning, and we'll see how we can get on then. There's the fuse board. So we've got one RCD here and 332 amps MCB. Oh, thank you very much. Put a torch on it. So what's this one?
That one there. We had a shower connected to that.
Oh, is this the one that it's going to go on?
I think so, yeah.
Right.
As far as I'm aware, that's still connected. The wire is
good, and it's all RCD 30 milliamp protected, so that's fine. So you don't need to do anything here. That's fine. Good. The MCB that's got the shower on it went round to the cooker.
Used to go to the cooker socket, the electric cooker socket, and the wire was taken from the back of there along there into the bathroom, which is downstairs.
So we're going to go from down there out into the back.
As far as I'm aware, the wire, you know, the big thick cooker wire.
Yeah, the 6mm wire. Yeah,
the big thick one.
Yeah,
is disconnected there, and it runs behind here.
Yeah,
and comes out in the bathroom.
Bathroom downstairs. Ah, this is nice. Yeah. No, because he said bathroom. I was assuming it was upstairs. No, so it comes out somewhere here.
In here, we've got a little tiny hatch.
Ah, that's what he was talking about. And he said bungalow.
No.
He said bungalow, and that's what confused me. So it took me some while to. So
the wire came, and it's a bit bodgy at the moment. We haven't decorated it again. But the wire came here.
Yeah.
The bloke that took
so
it
the
out.
wire is up in the loft. That's what they mean by the loft. Okay. So I've got a high tough wire. Blue one to the end of that outer. Which presumes that tests are, and then it's okay. Of here, I've got to do high tough wire. The back going to come out and go into his garden. Thank you for what are you watching on TV? I'm sorry you were waiting around for me for so long. Okay, so
this is going. This is being moved to setting up temporary aerial thing for my radio.
Right. You got a ham radio, have you? Okay, I used to be a radio operator in the Navy. Yeah. And that's all earthed, is it? That has to be earthed.
It's supposed to be. It's not earthed properly, but that's.
Has that got an earth?
There's a spike down in the ground there.
Earth electrode in there. Yeah. Okay. Well, so
basically it can come anywhere through here. So
yeah. So I'm booked at from about 11:30 tomorrow. Where do you want the isolator to be put? On the wall here.
On the wall here,
right.
I suppose. But I'm still supposed to be waiting for someone to come. I don't want it's not empty to do this.
Tub. What? You mean the tub?
Yeah.
You don't want the tub there, but you don't want the regulatory isolator mounted on the wall either. No. If you're going to do the wall. Yeah. Okay, that's possible. So he was so nice, and he didn't mind me filming. I've just got to go to Tesco's, but that looks like quite a straightforward job. So high tough 6mm, that's the only thing. It's quite thick cable. It's for a 32 amp circuit. It's going to be quite thick cable. And then I've got a bit of enclosures, junction box, and then a little bit of fabrication and resin anchoring into the patio, or whatever they call it, because he doesn't want the rotary isolator fixed to the wall, because he's having wall work done in the future. But that would be my instinct anyway. It's wherever possible to keep something away from the wall. You might have seen the fan I fitted recently, which had its own armature which took it off the wall, and I repointed the wall behind it before fitting it as well, to get round that sort of problem. Yeah, because where you want to do work on a wall, it's no good having electrical stuff permanently fixed to it. So tomorrow I'll start there 7:30ish, get round there, measure up, see what I need, get into City Electricals and get everything I need, and get as much as I can done before the midday deadline. Instead of working in the back of the house, I've decided to set myself up here and do all the Unistrut stuff here on the pavement. I don't know why it didn't occur to me before, but it's a lot easier than traipsing through the house and doing it up the back. I've constructed the switchgear stanchion here. I've had a few problems with how to attach the rotary isolator. In the end, I've used polyester resin and put some wall anchors into the back of that, and I'm going to use screws, but I've had to grease the threads to prevent the resin from setting on the threads. Anyway, it's all been a bit of a tram smash there. It's 11 o'clock and I've got to be somewhere at 12, but Neola has cleared out the loft, so I'm just going to go up with this and see if we've got any supply in the loft. I don't know if you're going to get to see much up here because it's quite dark, but there is a junction box there which I'm going to take apart and just see if there's a a feed to it. Well, here's the cable. This is the cable that we're going to connect, and there's no feed to it, so I think it's disconnected behind the cooker, and tomorrow we're going to come back and reconnect behind the cooker, do the tests on the circuit for the new safety certificate, join and I'd probably put HO7, 6mm HO7 out and install the rotary isolator, then we'll be finished. Good. Right. So typically things are not quite as straightforward as you'd think. So I've connected behind the cooker, so we have a feed now into the loft, and I've marked out, this is the hole. We're going to go up there with a 25mm hole to take the, did you want me? 25mm hole up there for 3/4 6mm high tough. We'll come out of there. We've got to go along the wall. Now the reason for that is that the loft is used for storage, and I don't want excess strain on the connections, so I'm using this part here where not much can be shoved into it to house the cable. So the cable's got to come along here, unfortunately, down here. Now the wall is flint, which means I can't even drill into the mortar because there's always flint behind it, and the mortar will just crack out. So there's limited ability to mount a cable here unless I go into the bricks. Every so often there's a brick. Now that's an option, or I come down here and the cable just lays in the 90-degree corner there, and then comes up, and this isn't actually in the right place, into the rotary isolator here. Now the rotary isolator's got to go into the floor, which is only a couple of inches thick cement. I was going to put studding down, but I don't think that's going to hold it, so I'm going to use a special concrete fastener into resin there, and just cross my fingers. That's my approach. So I've brought the cable through now into the loft, and I've done the cable. There you go. So there's the containment and the cable joint. Quite nice and sturdy, thick cable, thick enclosure. I'll just keep my, you see the sort of size that we're talking here, and I'll be able to keep that down in the eaves there, where it will be least disturbed. We're now looking at the cable having been installed and the final connections, but the testing has got to take place next. I'm running out of camera battery, so we may not see the testing on this video. I'll just show you where we've been. So that's the cable coming out of the wall, obviously, and the cable run. I've taken it along a brick course, or a stepping stones of brick course in the wall, so I could drill into the red bricks where they occur, just to get that off the floor. And I've put studs in to the concrete to secure the stanchion base. Now it's time to look for a socket to recharge this battery. Right, first off is the insulation resistance. So set it on 500 volts between line and earth. And we've got 0.26 on that. .26. Not acceptable. These are now live, so I'm going to do the live testing. Right. .35 on the ZS, so that's good. 0.35. Well, that's the connections all done, and the rotary isolator put back on there. We've just got the issue of the, we've just got the insulation resistance, but I'm planning to come back and retest it after the circuit has been used for a bit, because I'm pretty confident that it's due to dampness from the location of the end of the cable when it was disused, being sort of in the bath. So I think that the RCD holds. And this is Harry, and he's come to just fit the rest of the tub. Now we have this RCD operates the circuit. I've tested the RCD. This is the MCB here that's off. I've tested the RCD and that's all fine. So that's giving protection from earth leakage. I'm pretty happy with the containment up here, which I showed you yesterday. That's good sturdy stuff up there. Just remains for me to note down some test results for the minor works, and I've seen the bonding, but I'm going to test the bonding anyway as well, and give us an hour and that'll be it. Well, so I don't know, 6 hours of that, right? 6 hours working. I did 3, 4, 5 yesterday, and I've been there 3 today, so 8, 9 hours, but charging for 5, or charging for a day. And just before I was going to leave, Harry says, oh, I've fucked up and got the thing 90 degrees wrong, and we're going to have to disconnect it and get a new piece of cable because it's not long enough, because I've got to turn the whole thing round. But it turned out that the cable he'd cut was long enough to take in the new position, which was just as well, because it was going to be a pain to get out of the gland and everything. Of the gland, it doesn't matter, but anyhow, I am going to go back there and retest the system because low insulation resistance, and I'm hoping that's going to clear itself up when it dries out. They've also given me another job, so I've got to go up to Haywards Heath this afternoon, check out another job. They did want the job done today, but it's 50 metres of armour and buried, and that ain't going to happen in an afternoon, with the travel and everything on it as well. So back to the office, and then get in touch with their office, and then find the address and head on up to Haywards Heath.